Welcome to the Quiz 1120. In today's video, can you guess the right answer of these general knowledge in 5 seconds? Let's get started.
Which country has Amazon River? Brazil. Which is the largest ocean? Pacific. Which desert is in Africa? Sahara. Which is the longest river? Nile. Which country has kangaroos? Australia. Which is the highest mountain? Everest. Which is the smallest continent? Australia. Which country looks like a boot? Italy. Which river flows through Egypt? Nile. Which is the largest country? Russia. Which continent is Brazil in? South America. Which is the coldest continent? Antarctica. Which is a famous U.S. river? Mississippi. Which country is in Scandinavia? Norway. Which is Africa's largest country? Algeria. Which is a European island nation? Iceland. Which is the largest rainforest? Amazon. Which country has pyramids? Egypt. Which river is in Europe? Danube. Which is the largest Asian country? Russia. Which country borders the USA? Mexico. Which is Africa's tallest mountain? Kilimanjaro. Which ocean is near California? Pacific. Which country has the maple leaf? Canada. Which is Europe's largest country? Russia. Which is a famous Asian river?
Yangtze?
Which country is in South America?
Argentina.
Which is the largest U.S. state?
Alaska.
Which country is famous for fjords?
Norway.
Which is the largest desert?
Sahara.
Which country has the Great Wall?
China.
Which continent is Kenya in?
Africa.
Which country has tulip fields?
Netherlands.
Which ocean is the smallest?
Arctic.
Which country has many volcanoes?
Iceland.
Which continent has most countries?
Africa.
Which country has the Sahara Desert?
Algeria.
Which river flows in China?
Yangtze.
Which country is called Land of Fire and Ice?
Iceland.
Which sea is very salty?
Dead Sea.
Which country has Mount Fuji?
Japan.
Which continent has the Amazon rainforest?
South America.
Which country is known for canals?
Netherlands.
Which is the deepest ocean?
Pacific.
Which country has the Andes Mountains?
Argentina.
Which continent is Egypt in?
Africa.
Which country has many islands?
Indonesia.
Which mountain range is in Europe?
Alps.
Which country is near the Himalayas?
Nepal.
Which country has the Nile River?
Egypt.